on the podium.
If it wasn't for what Alex Palou was doing, which is pretty unprecedented, the numbers that Christian Lundgaard is putting up, what, 8th, 3rd, 2nd, should be enough to lead the championship. Still second. How big is this, though, starting with a new program at Arrow McLaren?
It's awesome. It's everything we could have hoped for and much better. The number 7 Velo Arrow McLaren Chevrolet crew has just done an awesome job all year. I think in thermal, we proved it straight on pace. Strategy was good. The 10 car still beat us. We put the car on the wall in qualifying in Long Beach, and we raced our race forward to the podium, and the crew did an awesome job on strategy. And once again today we did so. We knew we could go aggressive after yesterday. The car hasn't really been as good all week as it was at the test when we tested here. So it's just been tough mentally kind of dealing with that, and we didn't really have time to do a lot of changes as we had an issue in P1, and then obviously you're straight into P2 and it started raining, and then you're into qualifying. We made that change overnight and it was a deal breaker, and I think that's really why we're on the podium today. And
that allowed you to move forward during the race, not just strategy. You had some good battles, including the one with Scott McLaughlin to ultimately get you on the podium. Take a look at this.
Yeah, I did this on Scott Dixon a couple of years ago, so I thought I would do it on the other Scott this time.
That's a pretty good company. If you can get by Scott Dixon, it might work on some other people as well. Great job, Christian Lundgaard on the podium again. Now to Jack Harvey.
Rounding out our podium, we just saw him on screen. Scott McLaughlin, I know you wanted that three podiums in a row, though. You're still going to be pretty happy with this weekend.
Yeah, Jack, I mean, the Good Ranch Chevy's been fast the last few years, but yeah, we just didn't have enough today. Yeah, props to Alex, Lundgaard as well. They were super quick, but we're third best car today. That was it. So, yeah, no, very interesting race. Wish we had a little bit more tyre life on our car, but overall, we're all good.
And what do you think there might be left that you can squeeze out of this thirsty threes to try and really challenge Alex?
Yeah, look, I think when the guy's on top of his game, you just can do the best you can in that regard. I feel like week in, week out, we can challenge him. But if he keeps executing, that's all we can do is execute as well. So, hey, props to his team. But it's a long season, and this is way too early to be even worrying about points. We just got to keep being there, and if we're there, we'll be okay.
Congratulations, mate.
Thanks.
An extraordinary start to the season, an extraordinary run for Alex Palou. 3 wins out of 4. An extraordinary run of green flag laps. Another race goes by without a caution.
1986 was the last time there was 3 consecutive races with no caution.
A little disappointed in Georgina, if I'm being honest.
She could have let go.
Where was she? She could have brought out that caution to mix things up. But what another spectacular day at Barber Motorsports Park. The beauty, the grandeur, the museum, the pristine grounds here, always so special as Georgina holds on for another day.
Well, let's go from Georgina to Georgia.
I thought you were saying you were disappointed in me for a second.
Never, never.
Alexander Rossi, 15th to 8th today. You were also one of the only cars, few cars on the black tires on that last stint. I'd like to talk about that.
It's horrible. We knew it was going to be bad at some point, but with where we started, we were just trying to get as much track position as we could on the alternate tire and build a big enough gap to the cars we were racing to be able to put them on at the end. And it was a lot of work to keep Nolan and Joseph behind there, but the team called a great race and they were great in pit lane, so I think that was the most we could do on the day. I'm still a little bit disappointed about our performance yesterday. I thought we had a quicker car than that, but ultimately it was a decent recovery today.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks. Race winner. He's been on the podium 4 times. You just missed today, but your dad just told me this was the best drive of your life. Do you agree?
It was definitely my second best, at least. I had a win, so I like to count the win as my best one so far, but it was a great race. I had a lot of fun out there and showed a lot of strength in a car that was really allowing me to be strong.
So what was the key today for you, and what was it like being able to hold off Will Power under cold tires?
Yeah, I think exactly that. The key is pit sequences and being in clean air from there on. So we lost a few positions on the first pit sequence. I think we stayed out a few laps too long on the blacks. Then going to the reds on the second stint, I thought I had so much pace because we saved a set of sticker reds for the race in qualifying yesterday. So I had some pace. I told the team, let's go long because I think we can beat those guys on the pit stop. And well, we narrowly did that, and I could keep them behind me from there on.
Very impressive for Dale Coyne Racing and Renus VK fourth today, and he heads to the Indy Road Course where he's got a win and a podium. Jack.
Will Power, you have continued this run of really strong Sundays. You did have some tasty radio communication with your team. Can you just talk us through it?
That was just we saved fuel. We maybe could have gone a lap longer. It was just it was nothing to do with the team. It was just me. It was more to do with situation on the track. We thought we should have tried to cover VK, and it was a bit of hard racing there, but it was still a good day. Still a good day. It was just really difficult for the guys with the strategy. You know, you had Lundgaard who undercut, but we could have overcut and got a couple of people. But you know, it was just a difficult decisions, but still a solid day.
Thank you, buddy. The race, what a fantastic drive, especially considering it went green the entire way.
Yeah, it was, you know, we were hoping for some caution, man. You know, it was definitely frustrating starting 26, you know, and I think when you got a field that's so strong right now, you know, to pass 14 cars is really, really tough. So, yeah, we would have loved a caution at some point. You know, kudos obviously to the one. I mean, to Palou getting another one. 3 out of the first 4 races is pretty epic. So, you know, huge for the team. Congrats to our team. I think we were fastest on pit road today, which was good. Everything was very smooth as far as that went, and strategy was pretty much right on it. We kind of had one overlap there where we got the Prema on the end lap, which cost us a little bit. But yeah, you know, strong day for us, but obviously a 12th position is not great.
Very classic Scott Dixon drive.
Great drive from Scott Dixon, but it does drop him down the championship table to 7th. But look at Christian Lundgaard rising up to 2nd place behind Alex Palou. Guys, thank you so much for your company this weekend. Hinch, Townsend, it's been an absolute joy.
And you look at that gap of this guy's 60-point lead in the championship. That's the gap past the next 9 cars. James covers the rest of the group in the top 10. A massive lead.
Pole, win, fastest lap, led the most laps. That's a maximum points haul, 54 points. The Grand Slam, it was an incredible weekend.